Hi guys, today I have a super quick video for you. It's just a super quick idea for when you want to create and don't really know what to do, or when you're not feeling the best and need to change your perspective. Here is a super quick, super fun little idea that you can put into your notebook. And it won't take any time at all, which is why you're going to see this in real time. All I've got is a photo that I have printed full page. So it's 11 by 21 centimeters, which is about 4¼ by 8¼ Just measure the page you've got, because you definitely don't need to do this in a traveler's notebook. And I printed this out. This is not a super quality photo. It's blurry. It just is representative of the moment that I'm in at the moment, and that is what I want to document today. So my idea for you to just document or get down is three things, just three things you're grateful for. This idea came to me because of the big and small kit from Feed Your Craft. Just a little list. And there are 3 numbers in here. That's what I'm going to use today as the base for my journaling, because I don't think it ever hurts to list down the things that you're grateful for. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to use this big and small stamp set that came in the kit that you can also get separately, I think. I will leave the link to the Feed Your Craft store down below in the description box. That is an affiliate link, which just means that I make a small percentage of any sale that you make using the link. I'm also going to use the ASTER alphabet, one of my new favorites. If you've ever fancied having Brandi Kincaid's handwriting on your projects, now is the time to grab the stamp set before it sells out. I'm sure it will go super quickly. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is just glue this photo into my notebook. And then I'm going to do all of my journaling and stamping on this page here. So you can get as fancy as you want to with how you decorate this. I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm just using stamps. Now I want to grab some ink colors. I think I'm going to need 3 different ink colors. And the way I pick my ink colors is generally based off the photo that I'm using. So you can see it's a pretty neutral sort of photo, but I do have my pink shoes on, so that's probably where I'm going to go. And the way I choose my inks like this is with my ink swatch book. This took me quite a bit of time to put together. And I have far too many inks that a normal person would need, but it's a great way to be able to match the ink colors that you do have to the photo that you're using. So for instance, I can see that I'm going to need this one, and I think potentially this one here, and I'm going to grab a grey to go with that, and I think power suit will work as well. So that's just a really quick and easy way to choose ink colors that are going to match your page. And so here are the 3 I'm going to use here. So the only other thing that I have done off camera is I have typed out my three things that I'm grateful for, only because if I had to handwrite this while live on camera like this, I would really struggle, I would think. So I typed it out so I would know what I was doing before I started. So the first stamp I'm going to use is just a little list. Oop, the other thing I need is a stamp block. And because I'm stamping close to the spine here, I just want to make sure that it's quite close to the edge of my block rather than in the middle, otherwise I'm going to have issues. The next thing I'm going to do is just stick down my 3 gratitudes. I hadn't actually measured these, I just used a little scrap of paper thinking that it was smaller than it actually is, but I don't want to retype out all of these journaling blocks again, so I'm just going to make it work. I'm going to start, I think, actually just by laying this out to make sure it's going to fit nicely here, and I think it will actually fit, so that was lucky. More luck than good planning, really. So I'm just placing, because obviously some of these numbers are larger than some of the journaling blocks, so I'm just placing the numbers first where I want to stamp them so that they're in order, and that means that I can then line up my journaling here. I'm just going to line up the journaling along the right hand edge of my notebook because, like I said, it's too wide to leave a little bit, and I'll glue them down so they're at the top of where those numbers will be. I am making some attempt to try and get these straight. It is difficult. And then my next trick will be getting these stamped all in the right place. So I'm going to use this darker pink ink here, and I might use a smaller block. And again, because I am stamping quite close to the spine, there's a little raised bit here, so I'm keeping the block, the stamp, really close to the left-hand side of the block there, so that I can get it as where I need to, basically, without running into the spine. So I really do love a list as far as journaling goes. I'm not a natural storyteller, I don't think. I often struggle with what to say, but I find that a list format really helps me, especially when there's a lot of things going on. This list really helps. So the last thing I want to do is just make note down the bottom here, I guess, that this is a gratitude list. Otherwise there's not a lot in the way of telling what this list is about. So I am going to write gratitude down here with these alphas, and I'm going to use this little paler ink just so that it doesn't take too much focus. Probably this part of the video that I regret doing it in real time, because I am desperately unable to think and stamp at the same time and make sure that I'm spelling the word right, but we'll see how we go. And I'm spelling it backwards too, so I must get extra points for that. And I aren't cleaning my stamps as I go. I'm not even stamping off at the moment, but I will give these a wipe down once I finish filming. This is a pigment ink, so it does take a little while to dry, and it will wash off these stamps really easily later on, so I'm not too concerned about that. Now I was planning on leaving it pretty basic like this, but I feel like it's just a tiny bit flat. It needs a little bit more. But I'm gonna stick with the stamping, to be honest, just because it's easy. I really like these curved sentiments, and they all sort of go with what I was saying in my journaling here. So I'm thinking I might use all three of them actually. And because my photo is quite dark, I'm gonna use a white ink. Now, if you struggle stamping on photos, I've got a video on how I stamp on my photos, but essentially the main trick of it is the photo paper. I print at home, so I use Canon Photo Glossy 2 paper, which is basically designed for absorbing ink off my inkjet printer. But the upside of that is that it also absorbs ink for stamping, so that's why I don't very often have any sort of issue as far as stamping on photos goes because of the paper. So I think the success of stamping on photos has probably little to do with the actual ink that you're using and more to do with the type of paper that you're printing on. So if you get your photos printed in store, it's probably best to just check, just get a test print and play around with the inks that you've got and see what you see what sort of results you get. But more often than not, you're going to need what are they called, like an alcohol ink, like stays on, and you'll have to be a tiny bit careful that when you stamp down, you stamp directly up and down and don't slip your stamp any, and that should help. Now this stamp, when I stamp this up the top here, is going to be upside down, and I'm okay with that. But using these three stamps has given me sort of 3 points of visual interest, which I quite like because it just helps move the eye around the page a little bit. So obviously the photo is the heavier element on the page, so you're immediately drawn to that. The little circle sentiments help bring your eye around the photo and then onto the page of journaling. The only other thing that I've got are these new stickers from Craft, and I'm thinking that some of these might look really cute on here too. So I quite like that everything's pink on here, but it's quite a different pink. So I'm actually thinking I might go with teal. Shocker, I know. And I'm just going to add these stickers around the circles. And I might just add 2 on this side as well too. Just to tie the 2 pages together. And that's it, I'm done. So it's a super quick way to, like I say, change your perspective, just give a little bit of gratitude back, and document something a little bit different in your notebook. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you again really soon. Bye!